Father, you're here. We're not alone. You promised us something we really need all through our lives. And you told us, I'll never leave you alone. We'd hate to be a member of the council or have a duty here in the city and be alone. But the time of stress, at times when we don't know what to do, you're right there. The psalmist put it in a beautiful way when he says you bend over and your ear is bent toward us to hear every word, every need that we have. And tonight there are a lot of needs in our city, and our council people here, and others that serve us and each one in this city. There are so many needs, we don't know all of them. But when a need suddenly faces us, you're there. We may not have time to even offer the words of a prayer, but the prayer is in our heart, and you're there to meet our needs. But we have time tonight to pray. We have time to say, we need you here in this council meeting. We need you here with the people of our city that's attending this meeting. We need you here to do all the transactions that is being done and to honor people that need to be honored and everything that is to be done. We think that we can call on you. We want to call on you, and you answer back. May each one of us hear your voice inside of our spirits, and the thoughts we have, we may think they come from you, but we would never have them perhaps if you didn't speak to us and make that thought come into our being. So Lord, all that's done through this council and people involved here tonight, we want it for your glory, that this city will reflect your glory and people will find it a wonderful place to live, that we can be close to each other to you. In your name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Please join me in pledging allegiance to this great nation's flag.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Right face, vote first, march.
Thank you. You may be seated. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Vice Mayor Burgess.
Here.
Councilwoman Lobos.
Here.
Councilman McCormick, absent. Councilman Nelson.
Here.
Councilwoman Sierra.
Here.
Councilwoman Waldman.
Here.
Mayor Bell.
Here. I wanted to announce to everybody that Councilman McCormick is not here tonight because his fiancée, Patricia Faircloth, is up for the Teacher of the Year Award for Dade County, for all of Dade County. So she made it into one of the 4 finalists, so we're rooting for her. So I'll let you know if we hear anything during the meeting. Thank you. Additions, deletions, deferrals?
Mayor, council members, not at this time.
Thank you. First item is a plaque presentation to Eliza Perry for the former Firefighters Pension Board Chairwoman. I want you to know, Miss Perry said, "Oh, I don't need another plaque for my wall, or I don't need to be honored," but we do need to honor. We need to give honor to whom honor is deserved. So the City of Homestead is giving a dedicated service award to Eliza Perry in recognition and appreciation for outstanding dedication and service from 2003 till 2008 as chairman of the Board of Trustees for the Firefighters Retirement Board, this 26th day of January 2009. And Eliza, we just wanted to show you how much we appreciate you, how much we appreciate your service as a councilwoman, how much we appreciate your service in the City of Homestead, and we just wanted to acknowledge that tonight. Thank you. Do you have anything you'd like to say? Would you like to say anything? Okay. Thank you. Officer of the Year for 2008, K-9, Brian Kennedy, and Officer of the Month for December 2008 presentation, Officer David Ducksworth, Councilman Nelson.
Thank you. Madam Mayor, Mr. Vice Mayor, Council, Mr. City Manager, Chief Roll, Major Kennedy. Good evening, everyone. I am Angela Washington with the Homestead Police Department, and I am here to present to you the Officer of the Month for the month of December, which is Officer David Ducksworth. Officer Ducksworth started his career with the Homestead Police Department as a reserve officer in March of 1992. He was in hired full-time in December 1995 and overall has served the citizens of this community for 17 years. Officer Ducksworth currently works the midnight shift and enjoys protecting the city during the midnight hours while the rest of us are home sleeping. He has received numerous letters of commendation and is very much appreciated for his hard work and dedication by his peers. During the month of December 2008, Officer Ducksworth handled 130 calls for service with 8 arrests, 6 of which were felonies. At this time, I would like to highlight some of his accomplishments during the month of December that earned him the Officer of the Month award. On December 2nd, 2008, Officer Ducksworth observed an individual riding a bicycle in a high-crime area known for violent crimes and drug use and sales. Officer Ducksworth approached the individual to make a citizen's contact. As Officer Ducksworth was talking with the subject, he noticed the subject attempting to conceal a small plastic baggie inside the handlebars. Officer Ducksworth removed the plastic baggie from the handlebars and discovered that it contained what appeared to be suspected powdered cocaine. The subject was taken into custody and charged accordingly, and the evidence was impounded. On December 8th, 2008, Officer Ducksworth was dispatched to the area of Northwest 14th Avenue and Maury Drive, reference a distraught young girl. When Officer Ducksworth arrived in the area, he located a 14-year-old victim who was confused and crying. Further investigation revealed that the victim had been fondled by a relative and ran out of the house. After the victim gave Officer Ducksworth a description of the subject, he began an area check for the subject and located him several blocks away from the scene. The victim positively identified the subject, and he was subsequently taken into custody for lewd and lascivious acts on a child. On December 24, 2008, Officer Ducksworth was dispatched to the area of the 100 block of West Mowry Drive. Reference of sexual battery. Upon his arrival, the victim advised that an unknown white Latin male approached her while she was walking home and offered her $20 for sex. The victim advised that she said no to the subject and continued to walk home. The subject approached her a second time and punched her in the face, knocking her to the ground. Once the victim was on the ground, the subject grabbed her by the legs and dragged her into an open field. The subject then ripped off the victim's shirt and bra, and while he was attempting to remove his own pants, a witness came by and interrupted the subject's action. The subject fled on foot and was later apprehended after a search of the area for him. Officer Ducksworth is described by his supervisors as being very productive and aggressive when dealing with the shifty man. He is self-motivated and continues to investigate crimes beyond the obvious. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in congratulating Officer Ducksworth as Officer of the Month for the month of December 2008.
On behalf of the City of Homestead, Mayor, Council, we'd like to present you this plaque. Officer David Ducksworth, Jr., for being selected Officer of the Month 2008. Thank you. And along with it comes a little gift package from the local businesses. Each month they donate to the Police Officer of the Month Award. The Awards Incorporated donated the plaque. The City Attorney, Weiss Sirota Helfman, donated $100. First National Bank of South Florida, $50 savings bond. Community Bank of Florida, $50 savings bond. Ferguson's Jeweler, $75 gift certificate. Broadway Subs, two $10 gift certificates. Havana Joe Cigars, a $25 gift certificate. Creative Threads Store on Old Dixie, free off-duty polo. Blake Chevrolet, a $300 value lube, oil, filters, and car detailing. Captain Car Wash, a free car wash. Mita Jensen, 2 memberships for the community Homestead Community Concerts. Dinner for 2 at Maya's Creole Cafe. And McLean's Florist, a $30 gift certificate. Thank you.
Thank you. It's been 17 years, nothing. I'm up here for 5 seconds and I can feel the gray hairs coming in.
Welcome to my world.
I want to take this time to thank the mayor, vice mayor, city manager, council members, and the City of Homestead. I also want to thank, first and foremost, Almighty God, my family, Homestead Police Department, Chief Al Roll, who spearheaded my career, Major Kennedy, and the command staff. I'd like to take this time to dedicate this plaque to the Midnight Crew. Lieutenant Johnson, Sergeant Dean, Sergeant Pritchett, and the road units, of which any of them could have been up here tonight, and they would have been deservingly so. I also want to thank our dispatchers and our correction officers who make working there that much easier. Thank you.
Good evening, Mayor, council members, city manager. My name is Sergeant Rome. I'm the one of the shift commanders on the afternoon shift. I'm proud to be here to announce the award for Officer of the Year. I'm fortunate to be one of Brian Kennedy's supervisors. The reason he's getting the award tonight is it was a night in September, sometime close to sundown. We received a frantic call from a a lady who had not heard from her husband. He likes to go south of the racetrack and goes four-wheeling, and he's always home by 4:30 for dinner, and on this night he hadn't returned. Brian Kennedy had got the signal on the call and proceeded out to the area to meet family members and began a search. At one point, they found the gentleman's vehicle. It was abandoned, usually in the area where he parks. And he immediately began to coordinate a large effort searching for this gentleman. It actually turned into a multi-agency. He requested choppers, four-wheelers from different agencies. Many of the afternoon shift detectives. The problem we ran into is that in that area where the search was focused, we had to have four-wheel drive vehicles and ATVs to get there to find this guy. After several hours, we actually found the gentleman. He had crashed on the ATV, hit a tree, and overturned, and the ATV was on top of him and had him trapped. Basically, if it wasn't for the efforts that Officer Kennedy put out that night, I believe that it would have been a tragic ending, that this person may not have been found, and he may not survive the cold that night. And after 25 years of service with the city, 18 in K-9, I still see Officer Kennedy goes out there. He has the interest of the community. He puts forth an incredible effort. He's got a large amount of experience, and he's willing to share it with the other officers. And I commend him for his efforts serving this community, and congratulate him for Officer of the Year.
Leather plaque presented to K-9 Officer Brian Kennedy, 2008 Officer of the Year. With our sincere appreciation and gratitude for your untiring dedication and service to the Homestead Police Department and our community, from the City of Homestead Mayor and City Council.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I'm very proud and privileged to accept this award on behalf of the many well-deserving men and women of our police department. Thanks again, Mayor, and I'll swing over to the Vice Mayor. Thank you, sir, and the City Council, City Manager. Chief Roll is one of the greatest chiefs I've ever had the opportunity to work with. Thank you, Chief. Of course, my younger brother, Major Kennedy, and of course the remaining administrative staff. I'd like to thank all the co-workers out there that without them, this couldn't be possible. And thanks very much, and I appreciate your time. Thank you.
Brian usually introduces his older brother, Major Scott Kennedy, as his father. So that was like a joke.
Oh, man, he's always got something to say.
Mayor, council members, I promised Brian I will not say anything, but one thing I love about Brian, he keeps his promises. He told me he was going to introduce Scott as his youngest brother. But on a serious note, we are really very proud of you, Brian. You do a great job for the City of Homestead. And we are proud of all the men and women in the police department who whether they are uniform or anybody who's working in the police department. Thank you very much. And also, I just want to say, thanks God I wasn't that person trapped there. I don't know what you will do if you see me there. We may just walk away, but...
Good afternoon. I have to echo what Sergeant Rome said about Officer Kennedy. You know, to have someone working after 25 years, have the same enthusiasm about a job, and being in K-9 with a dog for 18 years, it's really remarkable. And I can truly say, you know, that having someone here for that long, 25 years, and to pretty much work well with them. And Officer Brian Kenny is one of the guys in this department, and anybody can tell you that we don't have any problems at all with him. He does an outstanding job for the city of Homestead. He makes the command staff and my job so easy. And this award tonight is very deserving. Not only being born and raised in the city of Homestead, he's been here for 25 years. To me, that's also remarkable. So tonight, we definitely commend him for an outstanding job, and we hope that he's not in the process of retiring soon, because we need him to keep the young guys intact. All right, Brian? Thanks, sir. Thank you all very much. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Also tonight, we get to congratulate Reserve Captain Elpidio Garcia. Officer Garcia has been with the Homestead Police Department as a reserve for 23 years. The city pays the reserve officers $1 a year, and he's been with the department for 23 years. They have to do 40 hours a month, and he's done that for 23 years. I think that's just amazing. That's the dedication that these officers have in this city. They are a family, and it's just excellent, you know. I have a plaque for you. Reserve Captain Retired Elpidio Garcia, congratulations on your retirement after 23 years of outstanding service to the citizens of Homestead and the Homestead Police Department. 5th of July, 1985 through March 3rd, 2009. Chief Alexander Roll.
I would appreciate the plaque and the accolades of my fellow officers and the City Council. Of course, the mayor and vice mayor and the city manager. It's been my honor to serve the city and the police department here. It's one of the finest, if not the finest, in the state of Florida. I've been all over the U.S., and I've always spoken highly of the police department. People have asked me about the reserve program. I founded the program. I push our program all over at least the state of Florida, and people were impressed with our program. Again, I'm going to miss Homestead. I'm going to miss my department. I respect the efforts of all the reserves that we have, and I hope they will continue doing what I've done and serving and helping out with the situations or catastrophes or whatever events. That's about it. Don't want to take your time, but thank you very much.
Thank you.
And also, before we close, I wanted to say also thanks to P.D.O. Garcia. This guy came in almost right after we came in, and I can remember him telling me, that every year he always remind me of my birthday because we're the same age. He always say I'm one month older than you, which I appreciate that. But just to have someone here for that long, I was telling the Councilman Nelson, it's like a plateau. Guy working here for the city Homestead for 23 years for $1 a year, never complains. Been through all the hurricanes, all the disasters that we've had in the city. It's just remarkable. And you have to take your hat off to a gentleman like that, because I don't think in any industry, not only police work, would you find someone that's dedicated and will be around that long for just $1 a year. I mean, I don't think I would have done it, but anyway, in all sincereness, thank you. We appreciate you. We're going to miss you. He was reluctant to say that he worked for U.S. Customs before he came with us, and he's still with U.S. Customs, and he still worked with us. So I mean, for the guy to carry 2 law enforcement positions at the same time, again, it's kind of remarkable, and we have to appreciate that, and we do. And we're going to miss you. And he's leaving, I think, the 1st of March. I don't know why he's leaving Homestead after all those years. I don't know where he's going, but he's filing Customs, so he's telling us bye. But again, good luck with your new endeavor, and hope you enjoy Tallahassee. But remember always to come back and visit us here in Homestead, because we still love you. Okay, thank you very much.
Angel Lazo and John Wilkes recognition, Councilwoman Lobos.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, Mayor and Council and members of the audience. Tonight I have with me Mr. John Wilkes and Mr. Angel Lazo. And I want to bring your attention tonight to an area of the city that has recently enjoyed some traffic improvements, and I'm referring to the traffic circle in front of Benicia Gardens on Palm Drive, as well as the traffic light on Southwest 167th and Southwest 344th Street. Now, many of you, like myself, probably have driven by and now see what an improvement this has done to the traffic flow in the area, but what you may not know was some of the effort and the work that was done to get that traffic improvement there. A resident of Northgate in District 2, Mr. Pat Pascuzzo, had been telling me a little bit of the history, plus sent me some emails, and so I thought that it was appropriate to bring these 2 gentlemen before Mayor and Council in the city to publicly recognize and thank them for their work. And to give you a little bit of a history of what they've contributed towards this traffic improvement, here in the email that I received, it said, the area has had some horrific accidents prior to Angel's and John Wilkes' involvement. And then John does help him with the measurements and contacting the correct people in the county government. So pretty much as you read the emails, and what they've done is they've kept in constant communication with Dade County officials as well as city of Homestead officials, and they've requested as residents information in regards to the updates on some of the improvements that were happening in the area. And so this is what, when I was reading this in the email, really what it reminds me of is what this country and really what our cities and our communities are made of. When a resident sees that something needs to be done, you don't wait on public officials to do it. If there's something that you can do, you yourself take it upon yourself, and it's only good and appropriate to then be recognized for it. And I know you didn't do it for the recognition, but I wanted to tell you tonight that I really thank you for the improvement of the traffic in that area and for the increase in public safety that now the city benefits from it. And I have 2 certificates that I want to read for you. And it says, this certificate is awarded to Angel Lazo in recognition of your contributions to make Homestead a safer community through your perseverance and efforts promoting a traffic light on Palm Drive. The City of Homestead salutes you. And then the same thing says, This certificate is awarded to John Wilkes in recognition of your contributions to make Homestead a safer community through your perseverance and efforts promoting a traffic light on Palm Drive. The City of Homestead salutes you. Would either of you gentlemen like to say anything?
I want to thank Councilwoman Lobos and the rest of the council, mayor, vice mayor. We really weren't expecting any recognition for this. We usually just are very active in the community, whether it's online on our homesteadershome.org blog, or just being involved with the county, making sure things get done for the city. A lot of things get forgotten because we're all the way down here in Homestead, but we keep the county aware that we're alive and well and that we deserve attention. And this was something that, we saw somebody get killed in this intersection, and we wanted the traffic circle. We wanted actually a study to be done. We weren't expecting a light and a traffic circle. We just wanted a study to see what the county would say, and they said, well, you're going to get 2 lights, and then they said, well, you're going to get a light and a circle. And that's pretty much how it became. We're still working on other lights, like on Farm Life and Palm Drive. We think that there's funding already for that, but at the same time, we need the county to focus on that intersection as well. And there's other projects that the county needs to work on, like in Florida City. We've kept in contact with them because there's a developer that went bankrupt, and they failed to fix the road on Palm Drive close to US 1. And in speaking with Ms. Ana Alvarez in downtown, they're going through the legal works to get that fixed as well, but they're dragging their feet. And we're hoping that that they speed that up, because the road is pretty bad right now. You can only go on the right lane. You can't use pretty much the left lane. And we'll continue doing our work. We don't expect any more recognition. We do appreciate this, but you'll find out more because we always keep you updated online. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.
I just wanted to say that I'm still lobbying for it to be called the Angel Laza Memorial Circle. If we could have that happen, maybe, with a statue in the middle. But, we live right on, Palm Drive is on the back of our homes, and we've seen too many accidents, too many speeding incidents. I've almost been T-boned at Farm Life and Palm Drive a few times, so it's a dangerous road. People think it's part of the speedway, and we really would like it to further mitigate it. Thanks to you all to help us.
Thank you.
Mr. Wilkes, I think the Vice Mayor, as part of his community image board, can help you with that statue.
It'll be arts in public places soon.
Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you. Next is the Reverend Nursery presentation to donators. Councilwoman Waldman.
Mayor Bell, we had a last-minute little emergency, so Margie couldn't make it tonight. But what it's about, I'll just say what it's about,
Please,
and then she can come to the next meeting. Margie's been instrumental in getting up to 500 oak trees donated to the trailways to form canopies as the people ride their bikes on the park to park from Everglades to Biscayne National. So we'll be working with the national parks on that, but she was really excited, so I'll bring her to the March meeting if that's all right.
Thank you. Please do, Councilwoman. Thank you very much. We now have the consent agenda before us. I'll entertain a motion to approve the consent agenda.
I move it.
Second.
The item has been properly moved and seconded. Any comments or questions on this item?
I have a comment.
Councilwoman Sierra.
On tab 9, Mayor, I wanted to say thank you very much on behalf of my son, Michael Sierra, who lobbied you during our campaign for the skate park. And, for me, it's an honor to sit up here with you because it's another promise kept, even to a non-voter or not a current voter, and I really appreciate that. I mean, it's been a lot of hard work. It's something that the children needed around here, and I really appreciate that.
You're welcome. Thank you, Councilwoman, for that. Any further comments or questions from Council? All in favor say aye. Aye. The ayes carry. Thank you. Public hearings, ordinances, land uses?
Yes, Mayor. Please be advised the following items on the agenda are quasi-judicial in nature. If you wish to comment upon any of these items, please indicate the item number you would like to address when the announcement regarding the quasi-judicial item is made. An opportunity for persons to speak on each item will be made available after the applicant and staff have made their presentations on each item. Swearing in, all testimony, including public testimony and evidence, will be made under oath or affirmation. Additionally, each person who gives testimony may be subject to cross-examination. If you do not wish to be either cross-examined or sworn, your testimony will be given its due weight. The general public will not be permitted to cross-examine witnesses, but the public may request the council to ask questions of staff or witnesses on their behalf. The full agenda packet on each item is hereby entered into the record, and persons representing organizations must present evidence of their authority to speak for the organization. Further details of the quasi-judicial procedures may be obtained from the clerk. In accordance with Code Section 2-591, any lobbyist must register before addressing the council on any of the following items. At this time, council members must disclose any ex parte communications concerning any of the following agenda items.
Mr. White, I do. I had an ex parte communication on item B, tab 18.
Okay.
And emails as well. Received emails.
I, too, have had several conversations with residents on B, tab 18, as well as emails.
I already had put it on the record for item 17, but in addition to that, tab 18, I as well had conversations with residents.
Tab 18 for me as well.
Tab 18 for me as well, emails.
Emails from residents?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
The residents did a good job.
Thank you very much. At this time, the clerk will swear in any persons who wish to testify on the quasi-judicial items.
Please stand and raise your right hand. I state your name. Hereby swear or affirm that the information I present shall be the truth and nothing but the truth. So help me God. Thank you.
Tab 17 is the second reading of an ordinance of the City of Homestead, Florida, considering the request of Portobello Estates, LLC, for a rezoning from Townhouse District R3 to Restricted Retail Commercial District B1 for property located on Southwest 320th Street, west of Southwest 160th Avenue, and southeast of the Homestead extension of the Florida Turnpike, as legally described in Exhibit A and providing for an effective date. This is second reading.
I move.
I'll second.
The item has been properly moved and seconded. This is a public hearing. This is also a second reading. Is there a staff report on this item?
Good evening, Madam Mayor and the Vice Mayor, member of the council. The only changes is they added one sentence to the zoning use restriction, and they took a hotel and motel out of the B1 zoning.
Thank you.
For this project.
Thank you very much. Does the council members have any comments or questions for the applicant?
There was one email that had been written about this project coming forward, and I just wanted to make sure the city hadn't received any other communications from local residents over there.
No, sir.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. This is a public hearing. Are there any comments from the public, either for or against this item? No comments from the council? Second reading. We'll now close the public hearing. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Councilman Nelson?
Yes.
Councilwoman Sierra?
Yes.
Councilwoman Waldman?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Burgess?
Yes.
Councilwoman Lobos?
Yes.
Mayor Bell?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you.
Moving on to tab 18. Tab 18 is a resolution of the City of Homestead, Florida, granting site plan approval for the development of a security gate system at 3 entrances for the Waterstone Plan Unit development located at Waterstone Way and 137th Avenue, Waterstone Boulevard and 137th Avenue, and Waterstone Way and Southwest 312th Street, as legally described in Exhibit A and providing for an effective date.
I move it.
I'll second.
The item has been properly moved and seconded. This is a public hearing. I'll now open the public hearing. Staff report on this item, Mr. Manager.
Mayor, council members, I just want to mention something, and I defer it to Sheree if she needs to say any more. I know there was last-minute changes. Actually, when we were on our trip, we were working on the changes, and they incorporated the changes, and it was distributed on your
Yes.
in front of you for the council meeting. So I just want to highlight it.
Thank you very much, Mr. Manager. Are there any comments or questions from council for staff on this item or for the applicant? Councilman Waldman?
Mayor Bell, Mr. Shahada, could you tell us what changes are on here so we'll know?
Actually, Sharia, go ahead and explain the changes, please.
The only change is in the original drawing that is in your packet, there is a sign that says public access to the roadways are allowed, and that one is taken out of that drawing that you have in front of you.
So that sign will not be...
That's the only difference in the drawings.
Okay. Can you repeat what the sign said again?
Sure. I just want to make sure I give you the exact reading. I have to find the old version.
I'm sorry.
With the wording.
Well, you know what? It was in the ordinance.
I read it, I'll find it.
Public access to the roadway is permitted.
Okay,
that was the sign.
Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman Wellman.
Thank you, ma'am.
Any other questions or comments from council for staff or for the applicant?
So just to be clear, that sign is gone altogether, where the wording is?
Yes.
Thank you. This is a public hearing. Any comments or questions from the public? I think most people here are in support of this, yes? According to the emails I received, raise your hand if you're in support of it. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Public hearing is closed. Any other comments or questions from council?
Mayor Bell.
Councilwoman Lobos?
I would just add that I did have several communications with residents who are for it. I have not had any communication with anyone that's against it. Been thoroughly made aware of all the technical aspects as to why this is not really a public road, that due to the situation with the bonds, they temporarily have to allow public access, but really it is up to Waterstone and the CDD there to take care of. For example, if there's a pothole, you go to your CDD and have them fix it. It's not the City of Homestead. So I understand why the residents want it, and I support it. Like I said, I have several conversations with many residents, and so I will be supporting you tonight.
Yes, as well, and I think it's a great idea, and it really quite frankly, enhances security greatly, and I know that's first and foremost on the minds of the citizens of Waterstone. So, absolutely.
Mayor Bell.
Councilwoman Waldman, Councilwoman Sierra.
I can just say that I, too, have had some emails and we've had correspondence, and to me, security is the most important thing. But I can go a step further. As someone who sells real estate in this area and has sold for many, many years here, just 2 weeks ago and again last week, I was showing in the Waterstone area, and that's one of the first questions of people moving in from out of town. So it's important, and it will help your market value. So I too will support this tonight.
Councilwoman Sierra.
Yes, Mayor, I wanted to state that I went to the P&Z meeting that took place a couple weeks ago, and I will say that this group has actually bent over backwards to really get things the way that, to work with the city, the way that the city needed them to work with them. Being a resident of Waterstone, I'm very pleased to see that this actual project is going to take place, as it was something that was promised to us when we actually purchased originally. And it's nice to see that we can do something about it ourselves and take it off the hands of the city or the actual developers. We are doing this for ourselves, and I really appreciate all the hard work that the CDD has done. Alex, Kim, who are both in the audience, thank you very much. Curtis, I see, is here as well. I don't know if any of the other board members are here, but I wanted to publicly thank them because they have really done an extensive job in making sure that this project gets done the way it should. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Councilwoman. Thank you. Thank you. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Councilman Nelson?
Yes.
Councilwoman Sierra?
Yes.
Councilwoman Waldman?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Burgess?
Yes.
Councilwoman Lobos?
Yes.
Mayor Bell?
Yes. We love when our citizens are happy with us. Thank you very much. Legislative matters?
here, they cannot leave. They want approval to last, they cannot leave.
That's right, you have to stay to the end.
Still has to go through a second.
Yes, Mayor. Moving on to your legislative matters, tab 19 is the second reading of an ordinance of the City of Homestead, Florida, amending the City Code, Chapter 14, Historic Preservation by amending Article 2, Historic Preservation Board, further amending Section 1426, Historic Landmark Officer, to permit the city manager to engage an outside consultant to act as the city's Historic Landmark Officer, and revising the process for selection of the Historic Landmark Officer and the authority of the Historic Landmark Officer, providing for severability, providing for inclusion in the code, and providing for an effective date. This is second reading.
I'll move.
The item's been properly moved and seconded. Are there any comments or questions from council on this item? This is a public hearing. I now open the public hearing. We've had extensive conversation on this, as this is also a second reading. Any comments or questions? Thank you. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Councilwoman Waldman?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Burgess?
Yes.
Councilwoman Lobos?
Yes.
Councilwoman Sierra?
Yes.
Councilman Nelson?
Yes.
Mayor Bell?
Yes.
Tab 20 is a second reading of an ordinance of the City of Homestead, Florida, amending the City Code by amending Chapter 16, License Tax and Business Regulations, by amending Article 13, Towing Agencies, by amending Section 16-312, Approval Procedure for Towing Service Agents, to amend towing approval procedures by amending Section 16-316, Rates, to allow for administrative fees related to towing pursuant to Section 166.043 Florida statutes, providing for severability, providing for inclusion in the code, and providing for an effective date. This is second reading.
I'll entertain a motion for approval.
Second.
The item's been properly moved and seconded. Also, this is a second reading. Are there any comments or questions from council for staff? This is a public hearing. Thank you. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Vice Mayor Burgess?
Yes.
Councilwoman Lobos?
Yes.
Councilman Nelson?
Yes.
Councilwoman Sierra?
Yes.
Councilwoman Waldman?
Yes.
Mayor Bell?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Next item.
Yes, moving on to tab 21. Tab 21 is the first reading of an ordinance of the City of Homestead, Florida, amending Chapter 1.5 Concurrency Management System of the Code of Ordinances by establishing Section 1.5-8 Public School Concurrency Review to provide for the addition of public school concurrency review procedures necessary to meet the state mandated requirements of public school concurrency, providing for conflicts, providing for severability, providing for inclusion in the code, and providing for an effective date. This is first reading.
Thank you. I'll entertain a motion for approval.
I'll move.
I'll second.
The item has been properly moved and seconded. I want to clarify, too, this is basically to come into compliance with state law, and this is Senate Bill 360 that was actually passed in 2005. And so we're falling into line, and we were actually implementing this as far back as January of 2008. So this is very necessary for us to come into compliance with state law. Any comments or questions from council? This is a public hearing. Any comments or questions from the public? Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Councilwoman Lobos?
Yes.
Councilman Nelson?
Yes.
Councilwoman Sierra?
Yes.
Councilwoman Waldman?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Burgess?
Yes.
Mayor Bell?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you.
Moving on to tab 22. Deep breath.
Two deep breaths.
An ordinance of the City of Homestead, Florida, amending the City Code of Ordinances by amending Chapter 2 Administration, Article 11 Discrimination in Housing, to create Section 2-574 Reasonable Accommodation Procedure, to provide for a reasonable accommodation procedure with respect to housing for disabled persons, amending Chapter 30 Zoning, Article 1 in General, Division 1, generally, Section 30-1 definitions to amend the definitions applicable to community residential homes, further amending Article 3 district regulations to provide for community residential homes and assisted living facilities as required by Chapters 419 and 429 Florida statutes, further amending Article 4 supplemental district regulations to provide for community residential homes and assisted living facilities, creating Section 30-476 reasonable accommodation procedures to provide procedures related to housing standards for persons with disabilities under the Federal Fair Housing Act or Americans with Disabilities Act, amending Division 8 special exception, Section 30-531 established to provide for assisted living facilities, amending Article 4 plan unit development, Section 30-570 permitted uses to provide for community residential homes and assisted living facilities, providing for severability, providing for inclusion in the code, providing for conflicts, and providing for an effective date. This is first reading.
I'll entertain a motion.
I'll second.
The item has been properly moved and seconded. Mr. White, would you clarify this item?
Yes, Mayor, Council. This is basically a cleanup item. The regulations with respect to community residential homes and assisted living facilities had changed in the Florida statute. Assisting living facilities and community residential homes, the structure within the Florida statute and the definitions pursuant to those had changed, so we went into the code and revised the code to be compliant with the new statutory provisions. A lot of the strike-through and underline that you'll see throughout the document is just cleanup. There is one new provision, which is the reasonable accommodations provision that we added to the code, and that's basically a safety valve or a protective measure for you all. If someone with a disability were to come in and were denied pursuant to our zoning regulations for housing, this reasonable accommodation procedure allows for that person with a disability to avail themselves to the city for an administrative determination as to perhaps looking at why we said no, perhaps there's any sort of way to deal with the zoning code. They also have a mechanism, if they're unhappy with that administrative decision, to come to you and appeal that decision to you. So it's very much similar to a vested rights determination or a beneficial use determination in a zoning case to protect you from a takings issue. In this respect, it protects you or it gives you a shot to mitigate or look at issues with respect to any claim against American with Disabilities claim or a federal fair housing claim.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Are there any comments or questions for Mr. White from council? Any comments or questions from the public? This is a public hearing. Thank you very much. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Councilman Nelson?
Yes.
Councilwoman Sierra?
Yes.
Councilwoman Waldman?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Burgess?
Yes.
Councilwoman Lobos?
Yes.
Mayor Bell?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you. Next item.
Yes, moving on to tab 23, first reading of an ordinance to the City of Homestead, Florida, amending the police officer's retirement plan at Article 2 of Chapter 22.5 Retirement Plans of the City Code by amending Section 22.5-21 definitions to provide the police chief with the option of participating or not in the police officer's retirement plan, providing for severability, providing for inclusion in the code, and providing for an effective date. This is first reading.
So moved, Mayor.
The item has been properly moved and seconded. Mr. Manager, would you explain this? I think we know what this is, but please.
Mayor, council members, under the state statute, the retirement plan, the state statute allows the chief to have the flexibility to be a part of the police officer's retirement plan or opt out of it. The rest of the sworn police officers, they must be in the retirement plan. So we are taking it out, taking the police chief out, so it gives us the flexibility to, to enter into a contract, or if we want to do something with the chief, we have that flexibility available to us.
Thank you very much. Any comments or questions for the manager? Comments or questions from the public? Thank you very much. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Councilman Nelson?
Yes.
Councilwoman Sierra?
Yes.
Councilwoman Waldman?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Burgess?
Yes.
Councilwoman Lobos?
Yes.
Mayor Bell?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you. Public comments? Any member of the public? Uh-oh.
Kevin Sullivan, 1860 Southeast 6th Court. I'm just here tonight to make everybody aware of the fantastic job that was done for the 5K run and walk on the 7th of February. It was outstanding. I have a couple of comments. I had signed up early, and when I got there by your alphabetical name, I went, and the person that was handing out the numbers took one look at me, and he stamped this purple thing. And I said, "What is that?" And they said, "Oh, well, you're over 55. I think it would have been a little bit more user-friendly if they asked me for ID to prove that. The other comment I have to say is that if anybody was involved with that, if you saw the tremendous amount of police officers that were making our pathways safe, I didn't know until a couple of days later that those police officers volunteered their time. They're very involved. They're at the scene of a lot of these situations that end up in front of the SOS and the weed and seed programs to help the battered families. So I just think that the citizens should recognize those police officers that were that dedicated to come out and spend that 5 hours in front of their police cruisers, cheering us on. Now, I asked a couple of the police officers if there was any senior citizen cut that we could kind of make a short thing, but they did not allow that, but I'm not bitter about that. And I did see the mayor there. In fact, she gave us the send-off, and I was wondering why she didn't participate. And then somebody told me the reason she didn't participate is this Friday she's having another birthday. So
The birthday part is true, but the other part is not. Thank you, Kevin. I really do appreciate very much. The manager did a fabulous job on that, and actually have it on my agenda to ask the manager to give us an update on that. But thank you very much for that, Kevin. I appreciate that. Yes, sir. Good evening.
Good evening, Mayor Bell. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to present our third annual Mardi Gras, and council, thank you. My name is Colin Tyler. I'm the president of the Homestead Merchants Association. And if I can show this, this is our official poster of our third annual Mardi Gras. We're also having a gala. The last 2 years, the Mardi Gras was, we were linked to the Habitat for Humanity in New Orleans. This year we decided, since we now reside here in Homestead, that we would raise the money for the Habitat for Humanity here in Florida. We're having a gala the night before Mardi Gras, which is Friday, which is the mayor's birthday, at the Magic of Oz, which used to be called the Jungle Bees. It's off of 248. It's a gorgeous place with waterfalls and lagoons, and we're actually, that's where we're going to raise our money for the Habitat with a silent auction, and we've invited you all, and it's the public is invited as well. We're also having a crawfish race that night, and yes, we eat the winners and the losers. And Mardi Gras is on. It's February 21st, Saturday. The parade rolls at 6 o'clock, and we're having our ceremonies right on the street there. And Mayor Bell, I hope that you're going to be there, of course, with all the ceremonies. And we toast the king and the queen. Our queen this year is Diana Diaz from Channel 7. She's our queen. Our king is Peter Schnebley of Schnebley Wines. And our Grand Marshal, we're very proud this year, I'm looking at Grand Marshals from the past, is Steve DeGrave of Stickensteins, who is one of our big visionists of the street, and who's put a lot of out-of-pocket in this Mardi Gras and other events to make things happen. Again, it's Saturday. The Mardi Gras rolls. So be there. We have two bands. Iko is on stage one, and we have Main Highway on the other stage, and lots and lots of food and fun. So thank you all, and we'll see you Saturday and hopefully Friday night.
Colin, we look forward to it. I'll see you there both times.
Thank you. Les et les bon temps roulés.
That's right, whatever that was. Absolutely. Vice Mayor says, be careful what you say yes to. Thank you very much, Colin. Appreciate that. Report from the city manager. Please give us an update on the 5K as well.
Mayor, council members, actually it's item number 1 on my list. Kevin, I thank you very much for participating in this event. It was great to see you there. I went to Kevin before the meeting and I thanked him and thanked the gentleman here, because it's really nice to see people who are involved with the community actually come to events like this. We did receive lots of compliments about the event, and I can tell you, it's just I was giving people instructions or asking for things, and I want to thank the organizing committee for the hard work they did. Joanna, SOS, Weed and Seed, and people in the police department. Chief, please send our regards to all the police officers for an outstanding job. I can tell you, everybody who came from outside, and talked to me, said, you have beautiful police department, the way they manners, the way they represent themselves. And it's true, a gentleman earlier said, the retiring police officer said, if it's one of the finest, if not the finest. I think it's the finest police department in this country, and of course will be in the world if that's the case. We are planning for next council meeting to recognize the sponsors who participated in the event. We raised about $55,000. I can tell you from the city manager's office, public relations, we contributed some money, and the idea was maybe we recover the funds later, but it's within my powers. I'm going to just consider it a seed for this event, because it's going to be annual, and I told them to put this money aside so every year they could do the same thing. The sponsors are going to be coming here, and we're going to have plaques for them at next council meeting. For people who participated, actually we're going to let them know that we send them letters to thank them for coming to the meeting, and we're going to invite them to come to the meeting also to be recognized by council. I mean, it's too many people to go individually, but we're going to be recognizing the sponsors. And yes, my back was hurting. People did not believe me when I said my back is hurting. They just walk away from me. Even Kevin did the same thing. He said, yeah, right. I wasn't planning to run anyhow, because I thought I would be coming back, after everybody's gone. So I said, I just stay here. But believe me, my computer crashed that day, and my back was so I wasn't really faking it. The other thing I want to say, the trip we had Thursday and Friday, invitation from the Air Force. It was an outstanding trip. My hat off to the men and women in the Air Force and our armed forces. We're proud of everything they do. Please, Larry, convey our best regards to everybody there. I can tell you, it's first class show, and I'm sure the mayor will talk about it, but I always had the highest regards for them, but I can tell you, with this trip, you see another level, not everybody is exposed to. So I was very pleased to be one of the people there. And with this, Mayor, I'm done with my business.
Thank you. And Mr. Manager, I want to thank you for what a fabulous job you did with the fundraising, all the work that you did coordinating it with SOS. Just very proud of you and proud of the city to raise $55,000 for SOS. And what a great job and great work that SOS does. And so I just thank you for that. I'm going to go ahead and give Councilman McCormick's announcements for him on his behalf. And I'll be checking my BlackBerry pretty soon to see if Patricia won. We're all keeping our fingers crossed. Councilman McCormick, he is hosting a Southwest Area Senior Citizens Roundtable on Friday, February the 27th at 11:30 in the morning at FICO Williams Community Center, 951 Southwest 4th Street. Other interested seniors in the Homestead community are welcome to attend as well. The Southwest Advisory Committee, chaired by Councilman McCormick, is hosting a Southwest cleanup event on Saturday, March the 7th, from 10 a.m. till 12 noon. Volunteers will meet at the vacant lot between 6th Avenue and Southwest 4th Street, and flyers for the cleanup event are also in the back of the room. So if you have any further comments or questions, or you want to know more about it, call 224-4452. Thank you. Councilman Nelson.
Thank you, Mayor. I also attended the 5K walk-run. I walked. I did finish the whole walk, and along the way I did thank each and every police officer because I had heard that they were out there and they donated their time. And as I said earlier, it's a family. Our police officers are like family. The day before that, we also had swearing in of 6 new reserve officers. Myself and Councilwoman Sierra were here for that. And last week I attended Music in the Park. I'd like to say congratulations to the CRA. They did an outstanding job. Largest crowd I've seen there yet. Mm-hmm. The lights in the back was a great thought. It improved safety. I think that was a great step. I really did appreciate that. I just see it getting better and better every month. Congratulations, guys. I also attended the Women's Committee of the Dade County Farm Bureau recognizing Angela Delaveneri and Joanne Spears. I would like to thank both of them and congratulate them. They are the Women in Agriculture of the Year for this year. And tonight's dinner, I don't know if a lot of people know this, each council meeting we have dinner for the staff. And I thought it would be important to go out into our community and give back to our community because they're always there supporting us. And so each month we're going to go to a different restaurant. This month was Broadway Subs. And I think it's important in business that the community sees the city working with them and including them in its venture also. So I hope everybody liked it tonight. I had some earlier and they were great subs. And that's it, Mayor. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Councilman Nelson. Councilwoman Sierra?
I'm very anxious to find out what happens with Ms. Faircloth, Mayor, as I don't know if you're aware that she also, not only did she receive the Region 4 Award, Teacher of the Year, she's going up for now for Dade County, but on top of that, she received Governor Charlie Crist sponsors the African American Excellence in Education Award in the state of Florida. There are 3 categories, elementary, middle, and senior, and she actually won for the elementary category. We have phenomenal teachers here in Homestead, and it's so wonderful when they can be acknowledged and represent our city the way that they do. I do want to announce that Art South has an after-school program that is free with limited enrollment. It is going to take place February 28th through June 5th. If you're interested, please contact Ms. Rosa Brito at Art South, Executive Director. Their phone number there is 305-247-9406. They also are going to have a creative summer camp, which begins on June 8th till July 31st. Everything from visual arts, performing arts. If you're interested, please contact Ms. Brito. Again, the number is 305-247-9406. I received information from Colonial Christian School, one of our Christian schools here in the area, which is going to have a spaghetti dinner night fundraiser. That is going to take place on Friday, March 27th from 5:30 to 8 p.m. at the school. It is located on 17105 Southwest 296th Street in Homestead. And their phone number is 305-246-8608, and you can purchase tickets at the school. Adults are pre-sales $10, at the door is $15, and children 12 and under are $5 pre-sale, $8 at the door. Lastly, I would like to mention that on February 26th at 5:15 p.m. is the next Education Committee meeting. Anyone that has not attended and would like to attend, you are more than welcome. We are going to very soon be redoing our compact that we have with Dade County Public Schools and making adjustments to the compact we got approved last year. There are many items on that compact that are obsolete at the moment and things that we need to look into that weren't looked into last year. So if you would like to be a part of that, please come and join us. On the 26th of February, the meeting will be here at Chambers at 5:15 p.m. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you very much. Councilwoman Waldman.
Yes, thank you, Mayor. As liaison of Art South and Seminole Theater, Mayor, I'd like to ask that you will allow me to have them come and give a report.
Absolutely.
It's been a year since you appointed me to that. I have been attending their board meetings. I have been keeping in touch. There's a lot of things going on. Thank you, Sierra, for bringing up those programs that's coming up, too, because it's very important that we support Art South because they are up and running. And the Seminole Theater is in the process of being up and running with the construction. So I'd like, Mayor, if it's all right, to ask Art South to come in March, and then we'll have the Seminole Theater, because I know that they're still meeting with the manager on certain issues. So I think it'd be better to have the Seminole Theater come in April. Don't you agree, Mr. Shada, that that would be a better way to do it?
Definitely.
Okay, all right. So if you want to put that on the presentation so that they can present a report. If we do have them at a COW meeting, then I would humbly ask you to please let us have them at a council meeting as well, so that people in the public can
No, why don't we
see.
just bring them to the council meeting?
Is that okay?
Yeah,
Okay, great.
absolutely.
Okay.
In fact, I had asked Seminole Theater to give me updates, and they have been.
Oh, have they?
So,
Good.
Yes, yes.
Yes.
So it's very good.
Good.
Thank you, Councilwoman.
All right, so they'll be coming then, and Art South will be coming in March, and Seminole Theater will be coming in April. So Patty, if you'll remind me to notify them. I want to apologize because I was not at the Hearts and Souls event. It was my grandson's birthday, and I was out of town. But I heard from a lot of people that did participate. And Kevin, I would have got one of those stamps too, so my heart goes out to you. But I think it's wonderful. You know, they do such a wonderful job. I was talking about how much SOS means to me, and we didn't see it, of course. So anyway, congratulations to the committee, the staff that organized that. I attended the Neva King Cooper Business Day Appreciation, and Miss Sierra was there as well. Neva King Cooper is very dear to my heart. It's a Dade County school for the profoundly disabled child, and I know you enjoyed it, Miss Sierra. It was wonderful. You know, she interacted with some of the children, and it was just a beautiful day. It's kind of like my second home. So if you get a chance, just stop by anytime, and they'll give you a tour. We attended several ribbon cuttings. I just wanted to mention that Faith Fellowship School, they are having a fundraiser, and they have a school for special needs children at Faith Fellowship, and I didn't know that. And I was quite surprised to find that out, because so often when you have a special needs child, you just don't have any place to send that child, or you have to transport that child so many, many miles that it's so stressful. Believe me, we have one, and we know how hard it is. But this is the Harlem Ambassadors, and their byline is, "It's better than your grandfather's basketball." So there again, Kevin, there we are. But it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be at South Dade High School, February 22nd at 6 p.m. You can contact me, and I'll get you in contact for tickets. They're very reasonable. Students are $7, adults are $9. I'm laughing because seniors are $7. But we have a guest that night, and that is our own hometown hero, Chief Roll's son, Antrell Roll, with the Arizona Cardinals, so he'll be there. And it's going to be a fun, fun night. It's a Thursday night, and I hope that all of you will come, because this little school takes care of a lot of children, and these children really need all the help they can get. Let's see. Some of you may have seen some flamingos flocking around in people's yards and in front of buildings. That's a women's club that I belong to, and it's called the Flamingo Flocking, and all the money that's raised goes to women's scholarships and local charities. So beware, council, you may find some flamingos hovering over your houses in the next few weeks. Let's see, what else? I was going to talk about the Mardi Gras. It's already been mentioned. The Women of the Year fashion show at the Homestead Women's Club is February 27th. All the women of the year in the community will be recognized at that event. I think it's going to be very, very nice. And I think that's it. Thank you very much, Mayor.
You're welcome.
Oh, I'm sorry, one more thing. The Bike Festival. The Bike Festival, we've been working on that. We're having a meeting next week. We're supposed to have it tomorrow, but we're having a meeting next week, and we'll be bringing more plans forward at that time. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. Vice Mayor Burgess.
Thank you, Mayor. First, let me start by wishing you a happy early birthday this Friday. I won't ask how many. I'll be polite. 21 again, I'm sure. I want to start by announcing that we still have one opening on the Homestead Community Image Advisory Board, as we had one of our members resign. So if anybody would like to apply for that, they can contact the clerk's office and do the proper paperwork, and we'll be filling that up. Our next meeting is March the 10th at 8:30 a.m. here in the council chambers, and it lasts for usually about 1 hour if anybody would like to attend. We've got a couple of good things that we're trying to push forward with, and moving on with them. And I just want to mention for the Chamber on February the 28th, their annual chili cook-off is coming out, and outhouse races are going to be at the Prime Outlets from 12 o'clock till 4 o'clock in the afternoon. And I'm assuming that the winning recipe has been held over and going to be used again, updated, I would hope. That's what I'm saying. So anyway, looking forward to that, and thank you. That's all I have, Mayor.
Thank you very much, Vice Mayor. Councilwoman Lobos.
Thank you, Mayor. This evening, as I was going through some of my city stuff, I realized that there was a letter that I had not read through, and it was from the Miami-Dade School Board Superintendent. And what he was requesting, and I'm sure that the rest of council and mayor got it as well, was that we considered putting together a resolution of support for the school board and the funding crisis that they're experiencing, so that they can go on and take that with them as they lobby in Tallahassee. So I don't know if it's already in the works, Mayor, but if it's not, I would like for this council to consider moving forward to put that on the next agenda. While we have to read through all the things that they're recommending that we include, I think that overall the theme is that we definitely need to focus on education. There's a strong emphasis on making sure that the students' academics are not touched by the funding, by the budget cuts. And so I think it's appropriate for us to support, and I would like to see that move forward in council.
Consider it done.
Thank you. This last weekend, I presented a proclamation on behalf of the mayor to Jesse James Robinson, and I wanted to congratulate him again. His church is recognizing 37 years of service that he gave to that community, and he's also given to the city of Homestead. And the pastor brought up a very nice thought that he said, nowadays we just don't appreciate each other anymore. And so I thought that it was important, and going forward, I think that as a councilwoman, just like we did today with John Wilkes and Angel Lazo, that I'm looking to recognize and appreciate residents who go above and beyond just living in this city, who contribute greatly to the city. And so that came from that presentation of the proclamation. And last, I did attend a Regents Bank grand opening ribbon cutting that is now open in front of the Grand Value Place. And I bring that up because I actually lost a wallet at that location, and in it was all sorts of security cards, and so from that day forth, they had to shut me down. I didn't have access to the computers, I didn't have access to the gate, I didn't have access to anything, and on top of that, I had some issues with my BlackBerry as well, so they had issued me a temporary one. So, Mayor, I want to thank the staff. This past couple of weeks, I've kind of been absent from everything. I mean, I've been so busy with audits that really, for me, started 2 weeks ago and won't end until March 25th. And the staff has really looked after me, especially Patty and Carrie, with me losing everything and then not having a BlackBerry on top of that. And so, I do appreciate what you guys do for me. I appreciate you guys helping me out, and I know that a lot of times I didn't have access to my email, and you did not hesitate to print stuff out for me so that I would have it, and that made my job a lot easier and a lot less stressful, so thank you so much. That's all for me, Mayor.
Thank you very much. The first thing I would like to do is make a new appointment. We have a vacancy in the newly elected officials in Senior Management Pension Board, so I would like to appoint Councilwoman Wendy Lobos to that position. You accept?
Oh, I accept.
I believe we need to have a vote on that. Yes. Is there a nomination?
I nominate Councilwoman Lobos, is that?
Yep, that has been properly moved.
I'll second it.
And seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The ayes carry. Thank you very much for that. Also, the Vice Mayor already announced that we do have a vacancy on the Community Image Advisory Board. Vice Mayor, I did try to talk one citizen today into joining your board because she brought some issues to me, so I said, Patty and I both, we've got the perfect place for you, so she's still tentative, but we're trying to get her on there. I want to also thank the military for a wonderful Civic Leaders Tour. It was really a great tour. If anybody thinks we were in a luxurious plane, I want you to know that we were in the same plane that the military men sit in, that you sit on the sides, and you're in a very, almost, how would you describe it? You've got like mesh on your back for your, it was rough. It's rough. And we did get to see the refueling of an F-16 fighter jet in the air. And as you would look out the windows to your left and to your right, there were two F-16s escorting us to the left and two to the right. So that was pretty cool. and we really had a wonderful time. We first flew into Biloxi, Mississippi, and we took a tour over there. We got to see hurricane hunters. We then went over to Texas. We got a big tour there. We were greeted. We had a wonderful reception by the local Chamber of Commerce. Then we had a wonderful night in Texas, and it was very whirlwind. It was very, very fast, but it was wonderful. And this is my second Civic Leaders Tour, but the first one that's actually been sponsored by the base commander, Colonel Binger, first one that's been sponsored locally. So it was wonderful, and the next go-around, just my hands up again. It was really, really wonderful. Also, last Wednesday, the City of Homestead was featured on Channel 6 News. I don't know if anybody caught it. It was Hank Tester. And Hank Tester is one of the few reporters I really like. And he does a great job. But let me tell you, one of the things I've noticed is when dealing with reporters lately is everybody wants to come in and talk about how is the economy hurting your city and what's your foreclosure rate. And so when Hank Tester walked in and Lillian was in there, I said, we're going to do something different today. We're not going to report on that, okay, Mr. Tester? And he goes, okay. So we talked about the commercial boom and what's happening on the positive side in the City of Homestead. And so that we were featured again, and I'm always so happy that the City of Homestead's been getting a lot of, this past year we've gotten such good media coverage. It's been just like I've never seen before. So I'm very appreciative to the media for that. And Hank Tester was wonderful, and we talked about all the commercial growth. Then that quickly followed with the Business Monday article with all the development in the local Park of Commerce, what's happening there on the commercial end. So what's not happening in a lot of other areas is happening here. The fact that we are having commercial growth, and you all see the two restaurants that are being built as we speak, the Longhorn Steakhouse, the Olive Garden. I mean, there's still a lot happening here in the city. So it was a very, very positive article, and I was glad to see it. Also, today I did Univision, some media with Univision, and I guess they're going to translate it into Spanish, so they brought the cameras in, and they had some very interesting questions on the Hispanic population and things, but it's still good press and good media out there. Again, also, lots of openings and ribbon cuttings, and honestly, I can't even remember them all anymore, but there's just a lot that we're opening up in the City of Homestead, so it really is good news. Also, a few of us, I believe it was Councilman Nelson, Councilwoman Lobos, and I, we did attend the Police Explorer graduation ceremony at Main Street. It was a very, very nice event. And bringing us, since the Vice Mayor mentioned it, we do have the chili cook-off coming up, so I'm hoping that the council will join me as we do the Mayor and Council's chili. And we won first place last year for presentation, but we really didn't place on anything for the food, on the taste, so we're going to spice it up and jazz it up a little bit this year. So, council members, I hope you're on board as we cook the Mayor and Council's chili. Any staff members that like to join us, we'd love to have you. And so we'll look forward to bringing home a food prize this year as well. So thank you very much. I want to thank everybody, and I also want to take note. It is now 8:25, and we have completed a meeting with all of our presentations and all the council members speaking. This is exactly why we've gone to one council meeting per month and one committee of the whole meeting per month. This is exactly why we were able to complete the business very timely and efficiently in less than an hour and a half. So this explains to you completely why we have gone to 2 meetings a month instead of 4. Such a wonderful time saver as well. Is easier on the families, and it's just economically, it makes so much sense. Save taxpayers' dollars. So thank you very much. Mr. Manager, you had something else to say before we closed?
Mayor, council members, yes, I'm sorry, I missed a couple of items. Immediately after the 5K, we had the antique car show. We had about 68 cars attending, even though they were competing with 4 major established events. But the sponsor was, or the promoter was extremely excited about it. I can tell you the street was packed, beautiful music, and I can tell you one of the major restaurant owners there also owns an antique car, came to me and said they are so pleased with what's going on in downtown. He would be willing to actually pay towards, sponsoring some of these events because that's how pleased they were.
Very good. That's another thing. We've been bringing more and more events to downtown, Chrome Avenue, Losner Park, the downtown area, and we're trying to get the word out. So if you know an event in downtown, get the word out about it. We've been using the boards, what are they called? The light-up boards on the side. the message boards and trying to get the word out to our citizens that there's something going on just almost every single weekend in downtown. So I thank you very much for that. That's really good. And also, we did a field trip of Chrome Avenue, and I had asked that we start planting a lot of shade trees down Chrome Avenue, so we make it look very walkable, and as the shade trees grow, it's going to be beautiful downtown. So they've planted 10 oak trees downtown in the last couple of weeks. So thank you very much, Robert, for that.
And this event is going to be always happening on the second Sunday of each month from 11 to 5. And we're going to be having also mahogany trees in between, so we're going to have that because they grow faster. The other thing, I know earlier there was a presentation from Councilwoman Lopez about traffic light. The traffic light for the movie theater, Julio has been working with the contractor and the county. We're going to be piggybacking on a contract with the county, so I'm hoping that we're going to bring it to you for approval next council meeting, so it's going to happen.
Thank you. Including the left-hand turn lane out, right? That's what we've been working on.
Traffic light for left turn out. The other thing I want to say, on the 19th will be my first year anniversary.
Oh.
Thank you. And I can tell you, I could not believe that the year passed so quickly. I thank you all council members for your support. And everywhere I go, people ask me, how is it to be a city manager? It's you know, they always say negative things. You know, you have to be out of your mind to be a city manager. And to be honest with you, I don't know if I'm out of my mind or I'm just having fun with this job, because I say it's a teamwork, and when you have everybody working as a team, it's really a fun job. And I thank you for your support, and I promise you more to come.
Thank you very much, Mike. We appreciate all your work.
Last thing, Mayor, I wish you a happy birthday and many, many happy years to come.
Thank you very much. Councilwoman Sierra, you had something?
I just have one thing that totally slipped my mind in all the announcements I had to say. I wanted to say a special thank you to Mr. Mike Shahada and Robert Landon. On Saturday morning, Valentine's Day, I received a frantic phone call from one of the presidents of one of the associations within Waterstone that there was water coming out of the manholes or out of the drainage areas in two of the communities, and it was really getting pretty ugly and nasty. And within about, I would say, 20 minutes, these gentlemen had everything under control and had people going out there on Valentine's Day. And so thank you very, very much. Again, you prove, you know, that you are amazing, and I really appreciate both of you very much.
Thank you very much. And everybody have a great evening, and with that, this meeting is adjourned. Thank you.